Okay, so good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, for for our friends in China. So as Steffi said, I'm Alessandro Bassi, and I'm serving as a president of IoTItaly. And first of all, I would like to thank WAIA for organizing this very interesting webinar, and to wish, so I can give you some insight of how Italian IoT and AI innovators are transforming smart retail and logistics. More quietly probably than US or Asian players, but they're pretty effective, let's say, for what they're doing. Italy, let's start with the context, first of all. Italy is one of the most fragmented retail networks in Europe, but yet e-commerce has grown at double-digit rates for several years now. And this creates an enormous pressure on retailers to become truly omni-channel, which means physical stores, warehouses, online fulfillment in real time. And logistics add another layer of complexity because our cities are congested, historic, and not designed for large freight flows. And at the same time, sustainability commitments from municipalities and EU are forcing operators to rethink routing, fleets, and emissions. And the retailers are also dealing with tight margins and labor shortages in Italy. And finally, we do have a strong policy push behind digital and green transformation. So incentives tied to Industry 4.0, energy efficiency, supply chain digitalization, and basically all of this creates a perfect moment for IoT and AI to scale. What are the key technologies that are actually gaining traction in the field? Well, the first one, is digital twins. Retailers and logistic operators are modeling warehouses, stores, delivery networks to predict bottlenecks, simulate demand, optimize fulfillment. The next one, which is very important, is computer vision and shelf intelligence, which includes cameras, shelf sensors, AI that detect, for instance, out-of-stock situations or merchandising issues, and this in real time. We also see a strong adoption of indoor and outdoor positioning for tracking forklifts, pallets, containers, trolleys, delivery vehicles, whatever. And this is becoming essential for last mile operations and warehouse orchestration. And then we have connected fleets and telematics, where Italian operators increasingly rely on real-time analytics, route optimization, emission trackings, and preventive maintenance to improve last mile efficiency. And finally, edge AI combined with low power sensors. So many Italian SMEs are building solutions that run locally in a store, on a forklift, on a shelf, to enable fast, autonomous decision without overloading cloud systems. So now let me pass very quickly to show some concrete example, of these success stories. And the first one I want to talk is Temera, which is a leader in RFID and digital identity solutions across the luxury and fashion sectors. So basically what Temera does is create a digital passport for every item using RFID tags, cloud platforms, and fully integrated reader infrastructure across warehouses and stores. Okay, several high-end companies use Temera solutions for their operations. One, for instance, is Moncler, that they use Temera RFID platform to track every garment from production all the way to global distribution centers and retail boutique. And this enables authenticity checks, reduce shrinkage, improves inventory accuracy. Second one is Loro Piana, that use RFID tag not only for logistics, but also for certification, which is essential in a segment where authenticity is critical. Valentino adopted Temera to accelerate receiving and sorting in their logistics hubs. It is enabling faster replenishment and smoother omni-channel operations. And another one is Golden Goose, which is basically using Temera for item-level tracking across the entire product lifecycle. And again, Temera is probably one of the world-class Italian examples for smart logistics in fashion, and proving that IoT plus RFID can deliver visibility, speed, and trust for high-value goods. The second one is Enerbrain, which is from merchandise to infrastructure. Enerbrain specializes in air conditioning optimization using IoT sensors and AI algorithms. So their system is plug-and-play IoT devices to collect environmental data and AI modules to continuously adjust ventilation and heating for optimal comfort and energy efficiency. One notable case in a collaboration with Iran, they upgraded 89 public buildings, and this saved 1,400 tons of CO2 and around 30% in energy saving in large buildings. Okay, this is significant, okay, when you apply it even to retail environments. And because air conditioning, lighting, and refrigeration account for a large part of operational cost, basically inner brain technology helps supermarkets, malls, distribution centers to cut costs while improving sustainability and compliance. Now let's move to asset tracking and operations. I mean, with the Ubiquicom, one of Italy's most advanced companies in real-time locating systems. So what is this trend is in hybrid RTLS, which is basically combining different technologies such as ultra-wide bandwidth, Bluetooth, LE, GPS, and AI-based motion analysis, and integrate all of them through track vision and real-time manager platforms. And so they have basically sub-meter accuracy, okay, even in complex indoor environments like warehouses. So they deliver not only tracking, but also safety through proximity alerts and collision avoidance system, which is a big priority for forklift operations. Now, here there are two concrete cases. One, CLS, which is Italy's leading forklift service provider, basically they partnered to Ubiquicom to create IDAC, which is a telemetry and IoT system that is covering more than 5,500 forklifts. These enable condition monitoring, usage analytics, safety alerts, and preventive maintenance. The second one is Save Group, which is the operator of Venice Airport, which deployed Ubiquicom RTLS to manage 2,200 baggage trolleys in real time. And the impact was huge: better visibility, fewer losses, reduced downtime, improved safety. So it was really, really positive. Now, another Italian innovation is Zerin, which is an IoT and AI company bringing industrial IoT with retail digitalization. Now, the Zerin platform integrates edge controllers and smart sensors with real-time data processing, enabling autonomous decision directly inside the store or warehouse. Now, there is smart shelf solution in Italian pharmacies and specialist stores. They use ultra-thin sensors, weight, presence, temperature, to detect product movement and stock levels instantly. The numbers are still small, but the concept is very relevant for retail because they have better shelf availability, fewer lost sales, less manual work for staff. And these are very simple to install solution, plug and play, shelf level intelligence without requiring full store technology overhaul. Now, from very small to very big, Esselunga is one of the major, largest supermarket chains. They have more than 150 stores across northern and central Italy, and they're known for innovation in retail logistics, and they manage large distribution centers. But what basically they did, I mean, they look at wearable robotics, which is a very tangible way IoT and advanced engineering are supporting retail and logistics operations. And they partner with Comau, which is a leading industrial robotics company, part of Fiat and Stellantis group, if you like. They have more than 40 years experience in industrial automation and collaborative robots. And they design robots, automation system, wearable technologies for manufacturing and logistics. And then there is a third company, which is Uvo, which is a technology partner, which is focusing on ergonomics and wearable devices, collaborating with Comau on industrial exoskeletons. And so what do they do together? Basically, they developed the Mate XB exoskeleton, which is a passive wearable device that supports the lower back and reduces strain during lifting. So Esselunga piloted these exoskeletons with his warehouse staff, particularly in repetitive lifting tasks, such as moving pallets and boxes. And the results are like 30% more lower back strain, reduction in lower back strains for warehouse workers, and 10% productivity increase in lifting tasks, improve worker safety, reduce risk of injury, and demonstrated that collaborative robotics and wearable devices can be applied effectively in large retail logistics operation. Now, let's go now to Circle Group, which is a supply chain platform. Circle Group is an Italian company specializing in digital platform for supply chain and logistics management. Now, in this example, we have Circle Group, which developed a Milos Federative platform, which is a solution that integrates real-time shipment tracking, digital documentation, custom compliance, end-to-end visibility for complex supply chains. Okay, they work with ports, logistics operators, industrial companies, providing a centralized digital ecosystem for supply chain coordination. Then we have Italian SPED, which is a logistics company within the SACMI group, which is a major industrial cooperative operating globally in sectors like packaging, ceramics, and automation. And Italian SPED handles complex international shipments, requiring coordination across multiple countries, transport modes, and documentation systems. Now, the Milos Federative platform integrates all their shipment tracking and documentation into one single system. And this digital platform, of course, connects with IoT devices, like container sensors and e-seals, giving full visibility of goods across multimodal transport routes. And the result is significant reduction in manual paperwork and errors, faster processing and handling of shipments, real-time visibility across the entire supply chain, and a scalable digital ecosystem, which is aligned with EU standards for trade and customs, and the future DPP, of course. Now, these are just a few examples. I was told that I was limited in time, so I wanted to put too many, but just a couple of slides basically to wrap it up. And why are these Italian companies succeeding? First of all, it's fast customization. Italian SMEs adapt quickly to the reality of local retail and warehouse environments. Second is plug-and-play models. They integrate legacy systems, which is a must for retailers who cannot afford disruptive transitions. Cost effectiveness is the third one. Okay, these companies deliver powerful solutions at lower cost than large American platform, making them accessible to mid-market operators. And fourth, there is a local presence and regulatory alignment, because Italy retail and logistics sectors rely heavily on relationship, on-site support, and familiarity with EU standards. So to conclude, to wrap it up, so Italy is experiencing rapid e-commerce growth, complex last-mile logistics, and pressures on cost and labor. This combined with a push towards digital and green transition, so the conditions are really ideal for IoT and AI adoption. Now, technology enablers, from IoT to Edge AI to digital twins, telematics, wearable robotics, they're not futuristic. Okay, they're all here, and they're being deployed. And Italian SMEs like Temera, Ubiquicom, Zerent, Enerbrain, Comau is not really an SME, but let's say companies are proving their ability to deliver practical and very impactful solutions. And what makes Italy unique is that these solutions are fast, flexible, cost-effective, and deeply aligned with local realities, helping retailers and logistics operators to gain visibility, efficiency, sustainability, and resilience. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
So I try to rush
Thank you, Mr. Bassi. Yes. So, as the president of Italy IoT Association perspective, we believe this presentation gave us a very holistic ecosystem view of Italian IoT innovation in especially the smart retail industry, not just a single company, but we could see that's a very connected landscape and very much moved from the macro trend to the key technical patterns nowadays in terms of AIoT together, and showcasing us diverse real world cases with a very big brand from Italy and from Europe for those luxury branding tracking with a lot of system and smart management with all this integrate platform. And also it's quite clearly answered why Italy and what does Italy could offer to the AIoT community. And we would like to follow up with a question to Mr. Bassi. So from your perspective, what makes the Italian retail environment nowadays quite uniquely suited or challenging for these kind of IoT solutions? And from your perspective, what's the most impressive smart case deployment for your point of view? Thank you.
Well, I have to say, I mean, in Italy, there was a huge change, let's say, after COVID. Because during COVID, many people started to use really e-commerce. So e-commerce really boomed, after COVID. But Italians still love, I mean, to basically have the physical store, which is basically it is omni-channel issues. So which, of course, I mean, the logistic is very complex, and IoT and AI solutions can really help, I mean, in optimizing, I mean, all of this. Because of course, all of us, I mean, they want to, order some product, they want to go to the shop, they want to find it there. And for a retailer, I mean, in case, I mean, the product is not there, is always a problem, and stocking too many is also a problem. So, so these AI and IoT, I mean, solutions can really help, I mean, in optimizing, I mean, the flow. Of course, I mean, the most visible one, but that's absolutely normal. It's more in the luxury brands. Italy, as you know very well, has a very large number of luxury brands. I mean, from fashion to shoes to retail to whatever. And obviously, I mean, what they face, they want to have the traceability and optimization of the supply chain, and also to prove to the customer, I mean, about the goods. So obviously, I mean, solution like Temera, I mean, for this high-end retail, I mean, are the first. Then, of course, I mean, as all this kind of solution, it will kind of then flow down, I mean, into the middle market and so on, and so they will basically became, in the future, probably very popular. But obviously, at the beginning, I mean, the let's say high-end retail market, I mean, which is very critical, I mean, for Italy, I mean, is the one that is mostly affected by this, and probably when you can see more. Of course, I mean, from the labor point of view, the use of exoskeleton, I mean, it's very interesting, because obviously helping, I mean, workers, I mean, to perform better, to have less injuries, and to be more productive. I mean, it's obviously very, very good. And so if with a few exoskeletons, I mean, we can solve, I mean, these physical problems, I mean, that's towards, let's say, logistics 5.0. And, therefore, it's very, very interesting. I mean.